Welcome everyone for another episode of Q&A with Sharon son. I'm George, and unfortunately my mother passed due to Parkinson's disease, but on 1/1/2020 we started Together for Sharon.com in her memory. Today's guest is someone who means the world to me, inspires me, and I know is going to inspire you as well. Wanted to welcome Dr. Deanna Brown Thomas. Her cause is just beyond my words. So best thing to do is to kind of throw it to her. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself and that beautiful background as well. It's such a pleasure and honor to have you.
Thank you, George, and it is a pleasure to be here. I'm just so thankful that I can be with people like you who resonate in the same types of things, the same morals and values, and just want to be out there to help and uplift people. So, as you all can see, there's a gentleman who's behind me. You all may know him as the Godfather of Soul, James Brown. I knew him as Daddy.
That's incredible to have you. We have so much to discuss because I did want to obviously touch on his battle with Parkinson's, but also your journey inspires me and going through what you have with the heart. Something that I think as a team together, we can really bring so much more attention, awareness for both areas. And there's so many people out there who might feel alone as I did as a caregiver. My mother did battling Parkinson's. That's why I do feel like we're a family in this fight. So again, it's such an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you so very much. And of course, we have a mutual friend, Deb, and I was so thankful to be Deb Pollock. I was so thankful to be with her for in Nevada, in Reno, Nevada, to help get the word out and support and awareness from Parkinson's disease, along with Rashada Ali, Muhammad Ali's daughter, and Vanessa Williams, the former Miss America. My father actually, he didn't have Parkinson's. However, we have family members that did. He died of congested heart failure. And that's what I had October 1st, 2020. But when you think of any of these situations, you want to, first of all, always make sure that you are doing what is best for yourself. It's like you got to make sure you're okay. Self-care is top tier. And sometimes these things come about and you're like, wow, where did that come from? So then you got to go on the back end of that and start to treat your body and treat you better and try to treat you as best as you can. My dad was a hard worker. He didn't get much rest. He didn't sit down and relax. He got up and he was moving around all the time, as we always know. But even when he was not on stage, he was a very, very business busy man. And like I said, not all the time getting the rest he should get, and not even eating like he should. But to know, we like I said, we have family members who have Parkinson's, and it is. I think, George, it's probably sometimes harder on the caregivers than it is on the actual person, because we have to give everything to make sure that our loved one or our friend is okay. And caregivers, I don't think they don't get enough praise and worship, because it's a lot of work. It's in love, of course, for your loved one, but it still takes a lot of time and energy and selflessness to do it.
I really appreciate you sharing that. I mean, I grew up with Mr. Brown and also in the movies and the music. And my favorite gift in my life, I told my wife, I can remind her a year or two ago for my birthday, she bought me a record player. And guess what I have blaring? It's Mr. Brown. So he still lives on forever in our house. Music, as you know, changes people's lives. So what he has done and will always do in our heart, really, it's incredible. It's almost infectious, because going through Parkinson's or Parkinsonians, which are other disorders that mimic Parkinson's or heart disease, you need a little bit of time through that fight to forget, what you're going through. And by playing music like your father, I think inspires people and kind of gets them through a lot of the tougher times. Is the flip of the coin as a caregiver, same way. I agree 100%. I don't follow the rule, which is take care of yourself as a caregiver and an advocate first. but I never did it, and I still don't today because I always feel like even if we reach one person, we change their life forever. So meeting today, you've changed my life forever, and I believe so many people out there. And again, I'll be forever grateful for that and for the message. And also, obviously, thank also Deb. We support Drive Toward a Cure. We're not an organization on purpose because I like helping other organizations, such as
Right.
James Brown Foundation, which is what I'd like to kind of touch on now. So please, everyone listening, support the doctor and all she does, but also this beautiful foundation I shared. James Brown Family, FDN.org. Maybe you could touch on, your role there and the foundation, and I'll kind of scroll around so people can kind of capture through us the inspiration soul of this beautiful foundation.
Thank you, George. Sure, would love to. Well, the James Brown Family Foundation was created after my father passed away on Christmas Day in 2006. And giving back was so important to him. So we continued the James Brown turkey and toy giveaway so that we could continue his philanthropy work in the community, helping those who are less fortunate, doing Thanksgiving, and children putting smiles on their faces during Christmas. We also have the James Brown Academy of Music pupils. It's called JAMP, and that's where we teach kids how to play music, how to play instruments. That's my passion. That's something that Dad talked about so very much, because he was like, not everybody is going to be able to be great in sports, but music it can be used for music therapy, to help people cope, just like you were speaking of earlier, George. Music therapy is so very important. It can really soothe the mind and the body, and teaching them. So we enjoy that. We enjoy sharing the music with them. And right now in our area, we are really having a hard time because of Hurricane Helene. We were hit very hard with 100-mile-per-hour winds. So we are gearing up to help people, especially with our turkey giveaway, to give away free turkeys to people, and to continue being a light in the community, just like my father was. He never forgot where he came from. He wanted to be a part of giving back, and not just giving back with good music, but literally giving back with his money and his time. Not so much the time he could do, but every Thanksgiving and every turkey giveaway and Christmas giveaway, he was in town. He only missed one. And so we were thankful to be able to pick that back up so that we can help those. I go out and I speak so much about different things that my dad did, coming from a poor background and making it to where he did. And that's because he was tenacious with his hard work. He was intentional with his hard work. And then, of course, giving back. God blesses those who look out for others. And that's what we try to continue to do, to look out for others and to help those, and to put those awarenesses out about different situations, be it heart disease, be it Parkinson's, be it domestic violence, be it health issues. We are in our community to do just that, because it was something that was important to my father. So I thank you, George, for allowing me to talk about that. Right now, you're looking at myself, my son, Jason Brown Lewis, as well as my sister, Dr. Yama Brown, who is a doctor of pharmacy. And she's a director of pharmacy for the Aiken Hospital here in Aiken, South Carolina. So we're very much connected into our community to help those who are less fortunate.
Thank you for all you do. And also, again, incredible. Please, everyone, support the James Brown family at jamesbrownfamilyfdn.org. We send our love and support for you and everyone out there going through the hurricane. Unfortunately, on this day, it's heading our way now in South Florida. So grateful that we had this opportunity before that, occurs. So we'll be thinking of you as well. There's so much, again, to go through. I think the foundation is amazing. Everyone, again, please support them. I also wanted to share Facebook. It's amazing, again, the awareness you're creating and how you also respond to me, which means the world. I have been lucky enough to speak to some incredible individuals like yourself, Miss Ali, also sent a message for hope for Parkinson's awareness on our website, which is also was beautiful. And also your Instagram page, one of my favorite photos is this one, which you provided too. It's beautiful. And
Thank
another
you.
one area I wanted to kind of shift a little to is this one, and that's your fight. So how can individuals also support the American Heart Association and all of your incredible work too, since it's amazing to you kind of cross over and hit so many different people out there. I didn't get to time to tell you a little bit about myself, maybe afterwards, but I'm a lawyer and also a PhD in criminal justice. But my background is as a also police officer, and my research in my life has been dedicated to African American mothers who lost their loved one due to murder, West Palm Beach, Florida. So a lot of what I've done in my career is kind of be a voice, whether it's Parkinson's now, in the past, or future, for those who might not have a voice. And I kind of feel that we're family once again in so many ways, that all that you do kind of makes me want to jump out of the chair now and start not just singing, but also advocating for heart disease also. Maybe we can touch a little bit about your journey for a moment.
Sure. And thank you for all that you're doing, have done, and will do, George, to help those in the community in the civil rights fight, because that's a serious fight as well. So thank you. I had congestive heart failure October 1st, 2020. I wanted to come home and lay down, but my girlfriend said no. She said, my friend said, no, you go to the hospital and see what's going on. Well, I'm glad I did. I'm glad she pushed me to do that, because had I came home just to lay down thinking that I needed some rest because I was just doing too much, I probably would have died. So my father passed away of congestive heart failure Christmas Day 2006, and I had no idea. My heart was functioning at 10%, but when I went to the hospital and they found out that I didn't have any type of blockages or anything, but I had experienced congestive heart failure. Um, I changed everything, George. I've changed everything. My eating habits. I've changed what I do, where I go, my company I keep. I've just changed everything in my life. And the main thing is to truly be on the horn like this right now, helping those, telling those, look, take care of yourself. You know, make sure you eat well, make sure you get good sleep. If you have to take medication, take your medication. And if you feel anything strange in your body, call your doctor, talk to your doctor, because you don't know, it could have been something else that's been leading up to that little feeling that you have. And if you don't do anything about that little feeling, it could become something pretty bad. So, whether it's Parkinson's, whether it's heart disease, my sister is a lupus survivor. She has lupus. No matter what it is, those things still deal with the heart, and you need your heart. You need your heart. So I encourage you to go see about yourself. Don't be afraid of the doctor. If you want to, go see two or three. Get two or three types of diagnosis to see, to be sure. But definitely see about yourself, because it's important. You are the only you that you have.
No, I agree, and it's amazing how, again, it really kind of it's a cross message throughout all of society, not just for one specific illness or disease. Very important. Also, now we found out when your father did it, the best is exercise. While he was dancing up there, sweating, I've seen a lot. That's a very important area for slowing the progression of Parkinson's disease and many other areas. So again, I'm grateful for your advocacy that means the world. And again, back to the show. So I wanted to now shift a little. Again, grateful for your time. So many things to cover, but we have limited time, and hopefully we can continue this. I always say today is an important conversation, but it's one we have to continue to share, and share till there's a cure for all of these illnesses and diseases. Wanted to shift a little now more about you, if that's okay. And again, you do not have to answer if you don't want to, but can you list 3 words that describe who you are? think
You know what? I'll give you my username on Instagram because everybody calls me this before they actually call my name. So that's why I made it my username, James Brown Daughter.
that's the best 3 words I heard for a while. What's one moment or most memorable moment that stands out through most of your work with awareness that you could share?
Wow. Um, I've always felt as though when a person is doing what God has planned for them to do, that's when they're living their best life. That's when they feel most alive. When I am in a position where I can give somebody some awareness, some advice, some information to help them, that's when I'm most happy. I spend a lot of time with children because of the James Brown Academy of Music Pupils, the after school program, music program that we have. To see these kids grow, to see them develop, to see their grades do well. Sometimes they don't, but they try. I it just makes me want to help even more, no matter what the awareness is. Maybe the awareness is stay in school to get your education. Maybe the awareness is how important it is for people to take care of themselves. I feel as though that's what I'm here to do.
Thank you. What was it like? This is a new question, just newly added. What was it like being the daughter, have all the music and all the famous probably people in the house? I actually had the honor to speak to another one of Mr. Muhammad Ali's daughters, Maymay, and she told me so many incredible stories. Some of them were tough when he was struggling with Parkinson's, Mr. Ali, but she did say one cute story where he used to joke and say there were celebrities coming into the house, and she never believed him. And finally, one morning he did it again and he joked, Clint Eastwood's downstairs, and she didn't believe him. So she ran downstairs in her pajamas and he was in the house. So it was a pretty interesting story. I was wondering if you had any kind of that stick out memories from childhood.
Wow. Look, I did get a chance to travel on the road with my dad, and he made a song called Papa Don't Take No Mess. Well, I just recently wrote a musical. It's called Papa Didn't Take No Mess. Opening night is October 17th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Porter Sanford Theater. So if any of your viewers or listeners are in the Atlanta area, Georgia, near area, please check this out. You can go to our website and you can get some information about it, about the tickets. And some of the proceeds are going to benefit music scholarships at the James Brown Academy of Music Pupils. But I'll tell you one thing, George. I was traveling with my dad for a very, very long time because I had to do his hair. I was his hairdresser for a while. But I do know this. My father was teaching me a lot, and I did learn a lot. One time we were out in Los Angeles, and we were riding in South Central Los Angeles. And for those of your viewers and listeners who are there in that area, the sidewalks are very wide. Well, we saw some homeless people laying on the ground. And so my dad stopped the limousine driver. Stop the car right now. So everybody's looking around like, what's going on? What's wrong? And then he jumps out the car and he said, come on, Deanna, come on, I want to show you something. And so the security guards are like, okay, what's wrong? What's happening? So I'm walking with him across the street. And so my dad goes over to the homeless people. And just imagine, they're homeless. They're laying on the ground on whatever they're laying on. And they look up and they see James Brown walking towards them. I'm sure they probably thought there was a ghost or they were dreaming. Like, this can't be true. Like wiping eyes and everything, scratching their head, the whole nine. And they get up and they're looking and they're like, I think they're probably a little like, why is James Brown here? Because see, this is during a time when there's no social media. Dad he didn't call paparazzi and have them out there to document this. This was just James Brown being a servant. He started giving out money. And he gave a young man $50 and he said, take this money, go clean yourself up, go get something to eat, go do something for yourself. And at that moment, George, I realized what my dad was truly about. Yeah, he sing, dance, the best, but he was about giving people hope. And that's what I will always remember about my father.
That's a beautiful story. Thanks for sharing it. Also, congratulations on the show. And I think you need to do a little performance of your own on his voice because it sounded identical. You think you had some practice. This is an important question for me. Sitting here today, obviously, we're still fighting for a reason, but who helps you during times of struggle? I was a caregiver. What tips can you also give those listening who might be caregivers?
Well, don't take it personal. The person that you're going to care for, um, sometimes they might not even know what they're doing. Um, so don't take it personal. But do know this. Oh, you have a mighty blessing coming for taking care of that person, whether it's a loved one, friend, or your job. But just know that it's not personal. And that if you couldn't do it, God wouldn't have you in that spot to do it.
And I know it's not always easy because I know a week ago, unfortunately, would have been my mother's birthday. I'm sure it's some of the tougher times coming for both of us. You know, we miss our loved ones, your father, my mother, during the holidays, which is beautiful again, helping others. But is there someone we can thank too in your family and support that helps you during these tough times? Because I always like a little time to thank them for supporting you too.
My husband.
Tell him we send our love to him too, and we're grateful for his time and allowing you to be with us.
Well, he's at work right now, but
Um,
he supports, those things that I do. I, I'm just like any other wife. I want more, 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 but but he supports me. His name is Sharon Thomas, and he was actually my father's personal bodyguard and property manager over his estate. His father and my father go way, 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 way back. As a matter of fact, even my grandfather, my father's father. So our families were well connected over the years.
Thank you. And just a few more, because again, I really appreciated your time
Sure.
today. Here's one I think I'll know the answer to, but who is your hero and inspiration?
Well, I could say dad, but I've watched um my mother dealt with a lot. Being James Brown's wife and raising two kids. And that wasn't an easy job for her. So to know that she dealt with what she dealt with, there were some issues in the family, and she there was always other DNA children, but my mother was a family person and she's still alive. I don't want to say was, so she's still alive, but she showed love to everybody in the family, and she could have turned her back and just took care of her two kids, but she didn't. She showed love to everybody.
Well, we send our love to her too, and tell her I said hi from Sharon and George. And if you might have already had this next one, but if you were asked to write a script to a movie about your life story, what would you call it?
Well, I'm kind of on that now, as I guess you can say.
I don't want to break
Papa
the
did,
news.
Papa didn't take no mess.
Beautiful. Well, I hope I can be having some popcorn in the front row someday watching with you. And the last question today, unfortunately, we had to come to the last one because I could talk all day and we didn't even really touch on some of the beautiful moments of your entire family. But the ones we did, I'm going to cherish forever and share with the world. If you could leave the Parkinson's community today with some words of encouragement, what would they be? And also for the heart community and everybody listening.
Don't give up. Don't stop doing what you're doing. George, Deb, so many different people. I was able, Rashada Ali and Vanessa Williams, and so many different people I was able to meet when I came out to Reno. There is a true love community in the Parkinson's community. and I love it. But my whole thing is never give up on what you're doing. You're here for a reason. Muhammad Ali said your rent here is the service that you provide. My sorority, our motto, which is service to all mankind. My sorority is Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, service to all mankind. So it doesn't make difference what you look like, where you came from, who you are. Just know that there's a friend somewhere, indeed, that can look out for you. Don't give up being a friend to somebody who needs one.
I really appreciate it. And we have a little message for you and everyone listening. We love you. We support you. We care a lot about you, and you're never alone. I, along with the great doctor here and the entire James Brown Family Foundation, will advocate for you. And I feel together our voices are so much stronger. And I always end with them just getting started, because even though I haven't, it's a joke. I'm motivated every time I meet an individual, which is rare, not every time, but someone like you who would give us a few moments and share some of these beautiful memories that I hope we can together keep going forever. And I do want everyone to please again go to the James Brown Family FDN.org and support the amazing doctor. And I just want to thank you again for your time. It was such an honor and pleasure, and so grateful for your time, friendship, and we send love and support right back to you and the whole family.
Thank you so very much, George. And my heart and prayers are going out to all of you that are in Florida right now that are about to experience something crazy. So hunker down, and prayers for all of you. One love.
Thank you, and same back to you who just got out of this hurricane. Unfortunately, as neighbors from Georgia, Florida, it won't be the last, but as long as we're all together in spirit, I think we'll
Yeah.
get through anything. So thank you again. Thank you to everyone listening. This has been another episode, one of the most beautiful I've had, and such an incredible, really time together of Q&A with Sharon St. George. Please stay tuned. Please support again the James Brown Foundation. Please keep sharing this. It's not about likes and things. It's about reaching those who feel they may be alone. And we're both side by side fighting today to let you know you're never alone. So thank you all again. Send our love and see you soon. Thanks.